alive. I was Cleo Johnson, but in my death, I became the Lady in the Lake.
Lady in the Lake is an excellent subversive noir thriller. It made me feel like I was watching a dream at times, but the themes of race, gender, disadvantage, entitlement, and injustice are far too relevant today.
Yeah.
You're a vision director with a clear vision for this show. Your fingerprints are all over it, from the directing every frame of this show to the editing process, even the sound choices. What attracted you to the themes of The Lady in the Lake, the novel by Laura Lippman?
Oh man, you're hyping me up over here. Thank you for that boost of you're energizing me. You know, I think everything you just said, right? Like how relevant it is in our life today. Is just, I'm obviously a Jewish woman with white skin, living the duality of being, persecuted, racism, but also being an oppressor, a person who comes from Israel, lives like just a long life of seeing trauma, generational trauma of a nation clashes with, oppression and all of the things that we're witnessing and the violence that it creates, and then coming here as an immigrant and understanding my place within this society, my partner being a black man by the name of Byron Bowers, who plays Slappy Dark Johnson in the show, and the challenges we have. It's all of that. It's everything you just said. It's very personal to me, and I think to the characters in this show, to take a story that has historical context but is also so present in our lives and make it personal. Try to not make it preachy, try to not give long speeches about identity politics, and instead of it, live it, really go through it, see what that feels like to a person to go through the world with that duality, like I said, because nothing is simple, and everything can lead to a very superficial view of humanity when you just describe things or isolate them from the emotional context, the survival instinct. So I just try to paint a picture that is a little, more human. And I think every character, beyond just these actors that I got so fortunate to work with, each one of them is a star. I was just trying to really kind of have compassion to each character. There are no purely bad people in this show. Everybody has a point, everybody has a perspective and something that informs why they behave the way they behave.
Absolutely. Now, at the center of our story is Maddie, played by Natalie Portman, and Cleo Johnson, played by Moses Ingram. Yeah. Now, Maddie's fearless and ambitious woman that really wants to be seen on her own terms, and she pushes back against the boundaries that society has set out for her during this time period. What else can you tease about Maddie's journey in Lady in the Lake?
Well, I think we see a woman that very much is been hurt, been traumatized by a secret in her past that slowly reveals itself, that damaged her sense of self and has taken her dreams away and her sense of wonder about life. And she breaks through, has a breakthrough, that is sort of really generated by a big tragedy that rattles the whole town and affects both women's lives, which are set on a collision course, as a result of that. But as she tastes that freedom and as she comes out of her own self-absorbed kind of reality, we realize that the implications of her lack of ability to understand the context of her life and the neighborhoods she goes into, the lives she's trying to, penetrate, that the pain of others can benefit her in a way that is damaging to them, and just kind of slowly unraveling, that situation through really a murder mystery of who done it. But it's the context, I think, that gives it this sort of I guess, you're watching something and you never know what's going to be the next turn. and at the end, you kind of, in a way, I'm not saying the end of the show, I'm just saying at the end of life, you kind of understand that character is destiny, as they used to say, you know? So you have to attend to the subconscious in order to survive.
Absolutely. Well, you did a phenomenal job on this show. I felt like I was a detective trying to solve every single episode. And I love the way you expanded Cleo Johnson's character in the show. You did such a phenomenal job. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the great questions and articulating all of that.
Oh, thank you. Have a great day. Take care.
You too, man.
My wife is a lot of things. There's one thing that she's not. That's foolish.